welcome everybody. My name is Csibi Erzsébet, and I come from Veszprém. And this is my, I don't know how manyth time at ITFL conference. I haven't been to the conference for a few years now, and I'm just returning, so it's very good to be back. Today I'm going to show you some tricks and some applications that you can use with your students in the classroom or outside the classroom with using your mobile devices or their mobile devices. Hopefully some of your mobile devices will work. I'm not sure. And those who are online, watching online, welcome. It's good to, well, I don't see you, but it's good to have you here. And if you do this as well, so if you just go to learningcatalytics.com/demo, sign in with your name and email address, and enter the session ID, you can take part as well. So both those who are here and those who are online will be able to join us for some questions. So let me just check how many students I have in my course right now. I have one student only, which is a bad sign. One student. You're in? Okay. So did you? I'm sorry. Okay. Oh, yeah. Okay. I have 3 students already. Good. There are more coming. Hopefully everybody will be able to join.
Do you have a username and everything?
You don't need the username. You just need to sign up with your name and email address. Okay? And when you are signed in, you will be asked for the session ID, and you just have to enter this number. Okay. So I have 3 students. I was hoping for more, but maybe it will work later on. So the first question I really wanted to ask you, who are those who are in my classroom? Okay, so you are in, and with your session IDs. Okay, I don't see you, but let's try. Okay, so I have a question for you, which is, okay, I will ask you a question online, and I will just deliver the question. Please look at your screen, and those who don't have it, just try to share it. There should be one question appearing for you, meaning what does ITFL mean? Just trying out if it really works or not. Okay? There's no question? Not yet. Okay. I have delivered it, so it should appear. The thing is that I only have 3 students in my class, so that's the very interesting thing.
Please wait for the next question to become available.
Aha, okay.
That's what I have.
I see. And you've entered the session ID correctly? Yeah. That's very strange. And who, do anyone have the questions? Does anyone have the questions? None of you? Ooh, this is gonna be interesting. Okay. Never mind. So it doesn't work right now, but we will find out something else. So, don't worry about it, then probably we will just skip this step, and I will show you later on what it is about, okay? So we'll do a second try later on. Okay, so we're talking about students who are born with mobile devices in their hands, right? So they are a little bit, sometimes I feel that they are a lot advanced, in advance in front of us. So when it comes to school, sometimes they feel like no, I don't want to do this. This is not like real life, right? Well, in real life, they already started using those gadgets, those mobile devices, the computer, the laptop, the mobile phone, even parents' mobile phones, and so on. So when they come to school, and when we tell them to put down their mobile phones, they are kind of disappointed. Do you have this experience? Yes. Sometimes, yeah. So I just searched Facebook, and this was one of the interesting findings for me. I searched for, school is boring, and I found a community having over 3,000 participants or 3,000 members. So, and this is just a small community on Facebook. Also, we have like comments that if school is important, why is it so boring? Then school is so boring has 89 fans in one day. So it's become kind of popular. I'm not sure, I'm not saying that school is boring, because that's not why we are there. But some students just feel like that. Also, when we come to homework or just asking students to tell about their summer experience, for example, they can say, well, anyone who follows me on Twitter will know what I did in the summer. So social media has become very much part of their lives. So everything that is connected to IT and the internet is in their lives. So what some of the professors at first universities and then in some schools have started doing is something which is called the flipped classroom. I'm not sure. I'm sure you have heard about it. Some of you have heard about it. Is there anyone who haven't heard this phrase? Okay, flipped class. Okay, so I'm telling you something new. This is good. So the flipped classroom idea is something like students, very, very simply put, students come prepared for class already. So I'm not giving a lecture for them. I'm not giving a talk, which is boring for them. But rather they come prepared for class. They have already read the part that they need to know, or they watched videos, or they searched the internet, or something like that. And then when they come to class, we are dealing with those parts and those exercises that they have problems with, or they have questions about. Okay, so we are dealing with the most important parts which they are struggling with, or they are interested in. So basically, that's why it's called a flipped classroom, because homework becomes the classwork, and classwork becomes homework. Okay, so this is another exercise I wanted to give you. Can we have another try? So maybe, and if it doesn't work, I'll just give it up. Okay, let me deliver. Okay. Okay, so the task is to choose the person that you can say, or you can consider the first one using the idea of the flipped classroom. Just tap on the picture of the person and submit your answer. Okay. Yeah, just one second. Maybe I'll just write it here. Okay. It's here. It's here. Okay. All right. So, can you? Did it work? You just tapped on it. You submitted it. Okay. Great. So, this is a little bit like how it works when you work with mobile phones. Everybody starts talking, but that's all right. That's the main point. So you can share experience and share knowledge, and probably discuss what you know, and sometimes you try to convince your partner that that's the right answer, and so on. Okay, so because I don't see your results, there's something really wrong with the network, but hopefully I will see you later on. So, which of the pictures did you tap on? Who do you think?
I chose the oldest one.
The oldest one? Which one? The oldest with the big beard?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Do you know who he is? Socrates. Socrates, yeah, exactly. So basically, why I say that Socrates was the first one who used the idea of the flipped classroom. Okay. It's not exactly true, of course, but he used the Socratic dialectic method, right? So basically, he worked with students by asking questions and waiting for them to answer, and that was a kind of interactive talk between them. And students could discuss what they what they have the ideas about, and so on and so on. Now, the second person who could be mentioned in this role is Maria Montessori, who was believing that every student should be learning in their own pace. That's the main idea that fits into the flipped classroom idea. John Dewey said that the teacher should become the partner rather than the lecturer or the master of the students. And he fostered independent discovery by students. Herbert Cole said that it is very important to encourage creativity and curiosity in the classroom. Bergman and Sams were two chemistry teachers who basically had or created the expression flipped classroom. They started using this method in their classrooms, and basically they gave the name to it. So they are their, not fathers, but maybe they are their godfathers who gave the name. For the flipped classroom, they had some students who were struggling with chemistry. Who doesn't? I did. And well, basically they just had this idea to give them readings as homework and some videos as homework. And they discussed more of the problems and solving the problems in classroom. And they found out that this helps their students a lot more, and their students understand more what they are doing and what they are supposed to know. And they are also the founders of the Flipped Learning Network, if you Google it, and at the end of my slides there will be the references, so you will be able to find it. It's really worth joining the network if you're interested in the idea. There's also a physics professor at Harvard University called Eric Mazur, who is a great advocate of peer instruction. Basically what he has, the idea that he has, is that students learn a lot more from each other. He has a very good talk on the internet, on YouTube, and this is also in the references. And if you just Google Eric Mazur's The Confessions of a Converted Lecturer, it's an interesting title for a presentation or a talk. But basically what he explains is that when he was teaching physics, at Harvard University, he was always convinced that his students are the best because it's Harvard University, so they should be the best. And they just, he had a contact with a fellow professor at another university who did a survey with their students, finding out how well they were doing in class, and at the beginning of the year and at the end of the year. So they made this test and trying to see their progress. And it turned out that most of the students don't remember the basics of physics. And if you don't remember the basics of physics, you are lost forever if you're going on studying physics, right? So he just, out of curiosity, he started doing this survey with his students, and he was, as I said, convinced that his students are the best and they will be doing very well in the progress test. And it turned out that they are not better than anyone else out in the world. They were just doing the same level as all the other students at other universities, lower level universities. So he started thinking what the problem was. And he just came to the conclusion after some research and also some trials that whenever you are standing here as the keeper of the knowledge, you have learned it several years ago. Maybe you've been teaching this for 20 years. Let's say you are teaching, I don't know, past perfect, English, yes, past perfect, and you know past perfect from inside out, right? So it's quite clear for you what is past perfect about, and you're trying to explain it to your students. Now, those students who have never heard about past perfect or they have never used past perfect before, they will probably have difficulties to understand. But some students will be, catching the idea. And what he found out is that when those students are trying to teach those students who don't understand, and they come together and they try to explain to each other, the knowledge and the understanding is so new, and so the understanding is so different that it's much easier to a student who just got the idea to explain the other students, and that students who didn't understand, it's easier for them to understand the explanation. Is it clear what I'm saying? So basically the novelty of the understanding lies there somewhere. So he just discovered it, and he started developing this peer instruction method, and he's a great advocate of it. If you Google him, and also there will be the references, so if you just go there, see his papers, it's very, very interesting. But I really first recommend you to watch that video because it's quite a lot of fun to watch. Even if you are not familiar with physics, because he's taking physics examples, it's very, very interesting. So that's what he was talking about. So basically, his method is to ask a question first. Students will answer on maybe using their mobile devices. They send the answer back to the professor. He sees the results, and then according to the results, he puts those students who don't agree with their answers, he puts them into one group, or maybe pairs, and they discuss. They try to convince each other which is the best solution, or which is the good solution, the correct solution. And this helps a lot. So, for example, when there is one question which 30% answered correctly and 70% answered incorrectly, those 30% students will try to convince those students who answered incorrectly, and if they are good at explaining, and usually they are, they will just convince those students and try to, explain why that the correct answer is. And the correct answer for the next round, because he asks the same question again and they have to answer again, the next round will bring much higher results with the correct answer. Of course, it doesn't happen all the time, but most of the time it does happen. So basically the cycle of the whole idea is asking a question, voting, making students vote, then they discuss the idea, they vote again, then in the whole classroom they discuss again the idea, and then he can give the lecture, or he can give the lecture as a homework, perhaps. I just would like to show you a few slides because we are running short of time. Just a few slides about the flipped classroom, just to show you how differently it can be explained. This is also a very nice explanation. I can share my slides with you. If you write me an email, I will be very happy to send it to you. My email address will be on the last slide. Also, as you can see, this is a little bit more complex explanation of the idea. Also, we have the advantages of flipping, and according to the experiences, it really fosters independent learning. It makes students think, and it makes students more involved in the learning process. Also, there is a sample flipped classroom session agenda for you if you would like to try this. I have to say that many teachers have already tried this idea. Some of them use it all the time, but some of them just use it maybe 1 or 2 classes in a term, okay, or in a year. It needs preparation. You have to know that. But once you start doing it, you get addicted, and your students will see the difference, and you will see the difference on your students' results. So I really can say that it is worth trying at least once, very well prepared. Okay, there's also one more question about the flipped classroom, which I hope will work. The next question will be about the flipped classroom, and this is a drawing activity. I'm not sure if you have, if you already see it. I have 22 students already. Great. Okay. So please draw me Flipper the dolphin on your phone. Okay. It's a very lame idea, I know. A very lame question, but I just couldn't think of anything better. I didn't want you to draw a flipped classroom, but maybe draw a dolphin for me. And I will show you the results later on. Draw something. Yeah, that's very nice. And, oh, you're an artist. I can see that. Wow. Very nice. Oh, there are artists here. Okay, and don't forget to submit your drawing. We will have a look at them at the end. Okay. Just submit it, yeah? Okay. Okay, hopefully the answers will come in. Yeah, I think the internet. Sorry? You will see at the end. I hope I can show it to you. Yeah. If not, I will send you the screenshot. Okay? Definitely. You need to see the artwork. Okay? So this is. You see the buzz? Yeah? Everybody's so excited. Okay. So I'll tell you about this program a little bit in a few minutes, okay? And how it works, and you can see your artwork, hopefully at the end of the session. If not, I will send you the screenshot definitely, because you have to see the artwork that you're doing, okay? So from boring, let's go exploring, and let's see a few, I love Calvin and Hobbes, by the way, so that's why I use their cartoon all the time. So let me see what you think. There is also one more question here. What do you think? And now it doesn't work for me. Nice. Okay. Okay, anyway, let's just do it without the computer now. So what does BYOD stand for? The idea was to give you the question and you could write anything you can imagine. Okay, BYOD, what does it stand for? Your own device? Bring your own device. That's it, okay. Even, by the way, even if you're offline, you can use this instant feedback and instant voting method, because these are basically voting systems that I'm going to show you today. You can use them offline as well. How? You can use papers. Students can raise their hands with the, I don't know, colors or numbers or whatever. So if you don't have those devices in the classroom, or you don't have those clickers with the interactive whiteboard, just use papers or cards or whatever. So you can also do that. Oh, I have your, that's very nice. Okay, I will show you later. Okay, I'm sorry. We need to move on. So the next question is about what comes into your mind about classroom response system. Write one word. Okay, I have delivered the question to you. Classroom response system. When I mention classroom response system, because that's why we are here today, to show you some classroom response systems, what comes into your mind? Just one word. It can be anything. Anything. Like Goenkaji says. Anything. In Indian dialect. Okay. So if you have, oh nice. This is a word cloud activity, and I am going to show you the results on your phones. You can see. Oh yeah. Okay. You can see the results. There is a nice word cloud from all the words that you have collected. Yeah, it works. Okay. So we have feedback, hand, raise, fun, hidden, amusing, and so on and so on. Yeah. That's nice. Expensive. Ah, okay. I can say something against that. Yeah. So. Okay, so you've seen the results from other people now. Let me show you some of the tools that you can use in your classroom. Some of them are more simple, some of them are more elaborate and more sophisticated. I just collected 5 that you could use, and I think that's more than enough to start with. Kahoot is one very, very simple tool. I'm not sure if you have heard about it already. Yes? Are you using it?
Quite often.
Quite often, okay.
Children love it.
Okay, so they love it. How about you?
Well, yes, I use it with my colleagues.
Mm-hmm. And do you like it to use it, or?
Yeah, I'm also into technology, so I like using it in the classroom.
Great, okay, okay. Does it require a lot of preparation for the class?
When you use those prepared questions, it doesn't. But when you want to make your own questions, it takes some time. But I think that it's worth it.
Yeah, okay. I just wanted to mention a few points that Kahoot has, or a few things that it has. It has one question type, which is multiple choice questions. So you can only use multiple choice questions with it, but it's very, very easy to use. You don't even have to create an account for students. They just need a PIN number to enter when you want to use it. And you can track your students' progress, and the time limit can be set, and it works on any devices. Actually, what I mentioned here will be working on any mobile devices. So, and this is for free, so you don't have to. So, for those who said expensive, there is the contradiction here. Okay, so this is for free. Also, Socrates. Socrates, is it familiar to anyone? Yeah, you have already used it. Okay, so you're using it for test?
Yes.
Okay, great. So we've seen already two ways of using it. So you use it for classroom work, just answer some questions. You use it for test. Very good. It has 3 question types: multiple choice, true or false, and short answer. You need to register, but registration is free. And there are also polls and reporting features. And also there is a space races, which allows students to compete with each other in teams. So that's also a good point about Socrates. Goformative is the next one, which already has 4 question types. So we are just moving up with the question types. And there's also registration needed there. You can use it for classwork or homework. There is a good teachers community about for the tool, so it's really worth having a look. Poll everywhere. Probably you have already seen this. There are 5 question types here, and there's also free response here and also image. You can upload images here, so it's a little bit more, multimedia, going towards multimedia. Poll everywhere is free until a certain point. So you can have 25 students to work with at the same time. And if you want upgraded features, it requires to pay a fee, but it's not that very much. It also has reporting and grading. It also has team competition feature and moderation. And learning catalytics that we are using now, this is the one that I know the best. Well, it has 18 types of questions to use. It's not free, unfortunately, because it is so sophisticated, but the fee is not so very high. There are also 4 response types, and by response types I have to explain what I mean. What we are doing here is 1 response type. I'm asking the question, you answer immediately, and I have the answer immediately. So that's 1 response type. The other response type could be that I'm giving you test questions, and you can do it in your own pace. The third one, when I give you time limit for each question, and you have to do it either in class or outside class. And the 4th type is when you do group work. So you can work in teams, and we can use it either synchronously or asynchronously. There's also a question bank built by the users. Now they have more than 80,000 questions in the question bank. And because all of these tools are not connected to any languages and any subjects, you can find questions on everything, basically. Physics, chemistry, English, yes, and so on and so on. You can also build your own questions here, just like in the other tools. There is also one unique thing about it, is that you can create the classroom map. So when students come in, they can check into their seats, and you know who is sitting where. And when you want to put them into groups, it's very, very easy because the computer will do it for you. Okay. Also, there is an I don't understand button. If you look at your screen, there is an I don't understand button. If you just push it for me, this indicates that something is wrong with what I'm explaining. This is for the shy students, basically, or just for very, very, quick response, maybe. If somebody doesn't understand something, but they are shy to raise their hands, they can just push the button and I can see that, okay, there is something wrong. I can stop and explain it again. There's also messaging function. You can send me messages, love letters. Okay, I don't understand button is anonymous. So I cannot see who pushed the button. But the messaging is not anonymous, of course. Yeah, I mean, you can send me love letters, but I will know who you are. Okay. Also, it works with all the devices, the mobile devices that we have. Now, the last question I would like to show you, and the last task before I show you how this really works, just please take a selfie of yourself, showing your face how you are today, okay? Either a smiley or just very sad, or depressed, suicidal, or two of you, even better. Okay. Can I take a picture of you from here? Thank you. Okay. I'm not going to share this on Facebook if you don't want me to. But and send it to me, please. Okay? Yeah. You have sent it to me? Yes. Great, I already have 2 responses. Very nice, very nice. Okay, so these are the references, and just very, very quickly, I would like to show you how this learning catalytics works, okay? This is just an example. I chose this because this knows the most, and I know this the most. So that's why I'm going to show you this. So I'll try to switch my screen. And just please jot my email down or just take a photo, just like everyone else does in classroom nowadays, and they don't take notes or anything, just they take photos. And by the way, this is not, I'm not paid for this or anything, but but I found this book. I'm not sure if you have seen this. This is by Nikki Hockley and Gavin Dudney. Called Going Mobile by Delta Teachers Publishing, and this gives you lots and lots of good ideas about how to use the mobile devices in your classroom. You can also, I think you can also find it outside at the bookshop stand, so just please have a look at that. Okay, so I have a few nice pictures already. So I will just switch my screen to here. I'm not sure how to do that. How do I switch my screen to? The screen? Okay. Great, thank you. I learned something today. Thank you. So basically this is how learning catalytics works and looks like. I created a course for today, and in the course I created several modules, or I can create several modules. One module means one lesson. Okay, those are the sets of questions. And just let me show you what it looks like when you start using it. So you have the modules here. You also have the settings. You have the students list. You have the teams if you have teams in your classroom. Also, you can see the grade book. It saves everything that you sent in, even the pictures. So now it's saved forever. And you can share your courses with other professors or teachers. You can also send the course to other teachers so they can use it. And if we go in, you will see all the questions. This was the last question. Very nice pictures. Thank you very much for sharing it with me. So you can see the responses. If I want to share this with you, I can show you the results, and you will see it on your screens. Okay? But if I don't want you to see it, I just hide the results. Okay, that's easy. Also, there is this reactions button, and you remember you pushed the I don't understand button for me. Thank you very much, because I can see it. That at the 11th minute of using learning catalytics, and in my lecture, you didn't understand something. So where was I then? Okay, just to show you some other things, like the first question was, what does IATFL mean? Okay, that was the, that took the longest time to find out the wrong answers. Okay, just to make up the wrong answers. The second one was the pictures, and as you can see, I can as a teacher, I can designate the area with the blue line where the right answer is, and when you click on the pictures, it will show me with green dots. By the way, do you know who this is? Charlie Chaplin, yeah, okay. Well, he wasn't very much involved in education, but yeah. Okay, the next question was probably the drawing one, I hope, or maybe not. We also had a word cloud, which you could see the results with. And we also had the last one, which we've already seen. So we'll just wait for this. Until that, it loads. I can also show you that it also has an ask a new question on the fly button. So if I come up with a new idea for a question, I just put in my new question very, very quickly. And then I will be able to ask you. So yeah, this is your artwork. Look, very nice. I will send you this screenshot if you want me to. It's very nice. Okay. So you can also embed videos in it, for example. So they don't have to switch from, learning catalytics to YouTube, but you can embed it there, and they can start the video, watching the video from there immediately. I just didn't want to do it because I wasn't sure how the Wi-Fi works here, so probably it was a good idea not to use it. So when you want to create a question, you just need to choose the question type, and as I said, this is good for a lot of things, even for maths and physics and chemistry and all the sciences. But you can also share slides with it. There are word cloud, sketch, short answer, region, ranking, priority, numerical, matching, highlighting. You have a whole text and they have to highlight some parts. So you can use it for a lot of things. And I'm sure because you are English teachers, you are the most creative teachers on the planet, really, really, I have to tell you. And I'm sure you have lots and lots of good ideas already how to use these tools. And then you just create the question, and let's say I'm writing something here. I can't type very quickly, and I just deliver it, and then you will have it on your screen. Okay? I just don't want to do this because it saves all the questions that I create all the time. As I said, we can have classrooms inside, so you can save the classrooms where you teach, where you usually have your lessons, and you can draw the map of the classroom. So, for example, I don't know, this one. Let's see. And you can change the seats, and you can number the seats, and add some seats to it, and so on. And so when students come in, first of all, you will see who were present in your class. Secondly, who is sitting where, and then you can put them into groups very easily. So you can add the seats like this, and you can change the seats like this, and so on and so on. Okay, it's kind of fun to use it. Also, there is the question bank, where you can find questions created by other users and also by Pearson, the publisher. And you can also have training and support, and you can find that actually on the main site. If you go to the main site of Learning Catalytics, even without signing in, you will be able to see how it works and what you can use it for. But as I said, there are lots and lots of other good tools which are for free. So just try some of them. Probably from Kahoot you will be upgrading to some of the others which know more types. So just let me your thoughts. Send me emails anytime, even in 1 year's time. If you start using it, I would be very, very interested on in your experiences and on your thoughts. Okay, so thank you very much for your attention. Thanks for all those who followed me on the internet. This was my very first time, so I'm very touched. And enjoy the conference. Thank you very much.